Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? All right. I love it. I love it. I'm so excited. Hey, we're going to dive back into our Restart series. But first, I got a question for everybody. Who here has ever had one of those days where it feels like everything is going wrong, every single little thing is going wrong, but you're able to keep your cool? Anybody had that day? Yeah? Some of you, possibly? Like, imagine this is your day. You wake up in the morning, you go downstairs, you're getting ready to eat your favorite cereal. I don't know, Cocoa Puffs, Golden Grahams. I heard somebody last service said Wheaties. Anybody eat Wheaties here? Nobody. I didn't think so. But you go down to pour your cereal, right? Bowl's all filled with cereal. Go to the fridge. You grab the milk carton. It's a little light. Open it up. There's no milk left. Ugh. But it's okay. You're calm. You're cool. There's bagels. There's toast, possibly. So you go and you toast yourself a bagel. Get the cream cheese on there. Who's putting cream cheese in their bagel? Anybody? Yeah. There we go. Now imagine that right there. You're getting ready you get all done with the cream cheese, right? Getting ready to take a bite. You got it right there, and you're turning, and your sibling bumps into you, knocks it on the ground. Cream side down. It's the worst, but it's okay. It's all right. There's more bagels. Okay, there's more bagels. We can make it a new one. Time to get ready to brush your teeth. You go to the toothpaste, but it's down to that last little bit to where now you're like, oh gosh, I don't know if I have any left in here. And you got to roll the tube up, and you got to squeeze it with every single muscle in your body. But you get a little bit out. You get enough out. You're good. It worked. You're still calm. A little frustrated, but you're calm, all right? You get to school, right? Teacher's like, hey, everybody, you've been doing great in this. I think you guys know this subject well. We're going to have a little pop quiz. Yeah. Like, it's like 8:30. Pop quiz now? But you're cool. You're calm. You know this subject pretty well, right? So you take the quiz, you're all good. PE happens. Go to PE. It's super hot outside. Like, you guys know, Florida heat, all right? But you were playing hard, right? You're ready to go. And then the PE coach actually has a cooler full of water bottles. You go and you grab the last one. Oh, yes, awesome, all right. And you go to drink it, and your friend decides to play a little joke on you and squeeze it all in your face. Anybody had that happen to him? Has anybody done that to anybody? Because that's not cool. And they twist it and squeeze it in your face. But you're like, you know what? It's really hot outside. This water is cold. I'm good. It worked out. It worked out great. I'm good. There's a water fountain. I'll go drink some water from the water fountain. It's a cold day for the water fountain. All right. We're running cold today. We're good. You go home. Now you go home. You get some comfy clothes on. You start playing little video games, right? Maybe some Roblox. Maybe you're playing a battle royale, Fortnite, right? You die instantly. There's still like 99 people left. You're dead. So you know what? You go do a new one. Press pause, though, because you need a minute. Because you were thinking about that pizza that's left over from last night that you were so looking forward to. So you go to the fridge, open the fridge up. The pizza is nowhere to be found. Where's the pizza? You turn, you look over, and you see your little brother, your little sister taking the last bite of that pizza that you were so looking forward to. I know, it's awful, and that's the moment that just sends you over the edge. That's the moment where you're like, my life's done. I'm done. I don't want to be here. Everybody hates me. It's over. And like in the video game, how you just pause that, you also would love to press pause and maybe even restart the day, right? Video games are great. Yeah, I remember I was playing, I think it was Spider-Man from the PS4, the first one, right? Guys, I chased the Shocker, who's a bad guy in that game. I chased him for 118 times till I finally caught him, okay? I'm not even exaggerating. Yeah, I got frustrated. Then when I caught him, I was so happy. Then it's like, oh, now you got to fight him. Oh, that's even harder. I beat that level, and now I'm to an even harder level. And that's how life can be sometimes, right? Life almost has levels to it. And when you beat one level, the next level can be even harder. And we get to the point where, like in the video game, we just want to press pause. Has anybody ever had a moment where you're just like, pause? I got to pause life right now. We're going to talk about a prophet today in the Old Testament who has this moment. He has a moment where he needs to press pause. A prophet named Elijah. How many of you heard of Elijah? Has anybody heard of Elijah? Come on, I need the hands. You guys are awake today, right? A little bit? At least you're honest. Somebody said no. That's nice. But we're going to talk about Elijah. Now, if you know anything about Elijah, Elijah was this amazing, powerful prophet who, in the Old Testament, did a lot of cool things. Like, at one point, there's a part where he takes his cloak and smacks the Jordan River. It parts so he can walk across it. There's something in the Bible where I believe soldiers are chasing him, and God sends fire to protect him twice. There's a part in the Bible where he prays after a drought, and God sends down the rain. He gives Elijah superhuman strength and superhuman speed at one point to where he can run faster than a horse chariot. Like, God does amazing things with Elijah, and Elijah sees a lot of amazing things that God does. And one of those amazing things that he does is in 1 Kings 18, which I want to talk about now. So during this time period in 1 Kings 18, what's going on is the king, his name is Ahab, and his wife is Jezebel, all right? Ahab and Jezebel, they don't like Elijah very much, okay? Because Ahab and Jezebel, they worship the false god named Baal. And they want everybody else in Israel to also worship this God, okay? But here's Elijah saying, no, we're not doing that. And he's out there prophesying about God, about the one true God of Israel, and they don't like this. He's a big troublemaker to the king and the queen. They want him dead. But somehow, God always manages to help protect Elijah or hide him and put him in the place where they think he's going to be, but he puts him in a place that's different. So Elijah's got God's protection, and he knows all the great things that God can do. But one day, God says, okay, Elijah, it's time now to go and present yourself to Ahab. Go find him. So he goes. Elijah goes, and he meets up with Ahab. He says, hey, you get all your 450 false prophets of Baal and meet me on Mount Carmel. Okay, we're gonna have a little showdown, okay? So they go. And they get up there, and this is what it says that Elijah says to all King Ahab, his prophets, and people of Israel who are there as well. 1 Kings 18:24, Elijah says, you call on the name of your God, and I will call on the name of the Lord. The God who answers by fire, he is God. Then all the people said, what you say is good. And they agree, we're going to do this. So what happens now is the prophets of Baal build this altar, and for hours and hours and hours, they're doing all these crazy rituals and dances, calling on Baal to bring down fire and set fire to the altar. Never happens. Elijah mocks them at one point. And then Elijah finally says, okay, my turn. So he builds an altar. The first time that he calls on God to answer, to bring fire down, what happens? God instantly brings the fire down, sets fire to the altar, and everybody's like, okay, you were right. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our God, the Lord, he is the one true God. And then after this, everybody's like bowing down on their faces. And then God actually allows Elijah to go down and kill all 450 prophets that were false, right? It's a little gruesome, but it's God's wrath being unleashed on these false prophets. And so what happens next is interesting. In 1 Kings 19, starting in verse 1, this is what happens. When Ahab got home, he told Jezebel everything Elijah had done, including the way he had killed all the prophets of Baal. So Jezebel sent this message to Elijah. May the God strike me and even kill me if by this time tomorrow I have not killed you just as you killed them. And Elijah was afraid and fled for his life. He went to Beersheba, a town in Judah, and he left his servant there. So Elijah's like, I'm leaving you. I'm out of here, right? Then he went alone into the wilderness, traveling all day. He sat down under a solitary broom tree and prayed that he might die. I have had enough, Lord, he said. Take my life, for I am no better than my ancestors who have already died. This is one of those moments where you're like, well, Elijah, what happened, man? This probably isn't the first time he's had his life threatened. And he knows all of these things that God has done, but in this moment, it's like, Elijah, you saw the fire, right? You saw what happened. Why is this threat from this woman scaring you? Why are you running? Why are you totally crashing out, man? You just had this victory, like final boss battle victory in a video game, right? You beat the last boss. You've won. But yet, this threat has you saying, "In my life, Lord, I don't want to do this anymore." Has anybody here ever had the feeling of feeling so overwhelmed that you can't even think straight? Yeah? You can't think straight. You don't even know which direction to go in life. The first day of when I was in 6th grade, I go from having one class to having 8 classes. I go to a school that is a little smaller to a school that is huge. Yeah, 8 classes. 8 classes. And the school's huge. I got lost like 3 times. At one point, I went to the wrong class, was in there for 15 minutes, realized it 10 minutes before that, but didn't move because I was so embarrassed and overwhelmed. Teacher called me out and everything and said, "Hey, you're in the wrong class. Go to this class." So I had to go to my actual class, do the walk of shame, being all embarrassed and so just overwhelmed by my emotions, like, "Oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing." But it happens. We can feel that way. Maybe you're playing Mario Kart. Who plays Mario? Who loves some Mario Kart once in a while? No, none of you like Mario? Okay. Mario Kart. What's some of the worst things that can happen? You hit by a red shell, hit by a blue shell, banana peel, fall off the track 3 times. You're in last place now. You're like, I have the best character. I have the gold seal Mario. Like, what's happening? I lost. I'm losing. Maybe, or you're cleaning your room. You're working really hard in your room all day, right? You've been doing great. You've been at it for hours. Your mom walks in. What's the first thing she does? Checks under the bed, checks in the closet, sees everything that got stuffed under there, got stuffed in there. She's like, "This is not, no. Clean this right." That's what she says. And you're like, "Oh, I give up. I don't even know what to do. I work so hard stuffing that stuff." I did it all the time. Or maybe you're just feeling sad because there's something happening in your life that's just overwhelming and it's hard to see anything good coming out of that. You know, maybe it's just pressures are just coming down on you and you don't know what to do. This is Elijah right here. This is what is happening to Elijah. And we're going to go into seeing how God responds to Elijah here in a second. But first, let's get in our groups. And you guys we have a few questions you can talk about, and let's have a discussion. Okay, so we see here that Elijah gets to the point where he's just done. He's got to press his own pause button here, right? And the thing about it is that he doesn't stop trusting God. What's going on really is that Elijah, he's just overwhelmed. He's overwhelmed with all of the things that he's been doing and the way God has been using him. He's grateful for it, but he's human, right? So he gets overwhelmed. He wasn't weak. He was actually this bold, brave prophet. But right here, when he gets threatened by Jezebel, he gets anxious. He gets sad. He gets depressed. And he says, "God, I don't want to do this anymore." And like Elijah, we can get to the point where we say, "I just want to press pause because, God, I don't want to do what I'm doing right now anymore." Feeling like this, I want you guys to know, when you feel like you need to press pause, it doesn't mean that you're weak, okay? Elijah wasn't weak, right? He was anxious, he was depressed. He loved and he trusted God in all things. Here's the thing, guys, I want you to hear this. We can love God and still feel overwhelmed by life. We can love God and still deal with feeling sad and depressed and have anxiety about things. And if we feel that way, it doesn't mean that our faith is weak or that we're a bad Christian at all. It just means that we're human. See, God made us this way. God made it to where, as humans, we need God for everything. We need him in all things. And what's great about that is God is available for everything. God is available to us. His care is always available to us. He's always willing to give us exactly what we need. He knows exactly what to give us for whatever it is that we're dealing with. Elijah gets overwhelmed. He falls into this depression. God doesn't scold him. He doesn't shame him for it. He doesn't say, man up, Elijah, get over it. What are you doing? No, how does God respond? Let's go to 1 Kings 19. Go back in, starting at verse 5. It says this. Then he lay down and slept under the broom tree. But as he was sleeping, an angel touched him and told him, get up and eat. He looked around, and there beside his head was some bread baked on hot stones and a jar of water. So he ate and drank and lay down again. Then the angel of the Lord came again and touched him and said, get up and eat some more, or the journey ahead will be too much for you. So Elijah got up, ate and drank the food that he gave him, and had enough strength to travel 40 days and 40 nights to Mount Sinai, the mountain of God. And there he came to a cave where he spent the night. So God doesn't say, hey, get over it to Elijah. No, he says, hey, get up and eat. Elijah just needed a snack. He needed a snack. He needed a nap. That was what he needed for the situation that he was in. God acknowledges to Elijah, he's like, hey, I know this is hard. I know I'm asking a lot of you, but I'm going to give you what you need here. I'm going to provide for you. I'm going to take care of you, Elijah. He doesn't say, hey, get it together, pull yourself together first. See, God doesn't wait for us to go and pull everything together. God's willing to come and meet us and care for us in our lowest places. In our toughest situations, he's there to partner with us. I think when you're playing a game like Fortnite or you're playing a game like Call of Duty, I know you do, you shouldn't be. Just this is my own fatherly advice. But think if you're playing those games like that, you got co-ops, right? You got a co-op team. You have partners, right? Having Jesus, he's like having the ultimate co-op partner in one of those games, okay? Say it's 10 against 1. What's going to happen? You're going to lose. You're going to have no help, no support. You're going to die quick, okay? It's over. 10 people against 1 doesn't help. Doesn't work. But then Jesus comes in. He's like, hey, let's do this. I'm going to play with you. I'm going to play this game with you. He doesn't hack the game. He doesn't like give you cheat codes to make you invulnerable or make certain bad guys just disappear. But what Jesus does do is he steps in and he fights with us. He steps in and he fights with us. It's still 10 against 2, but I like my odds because it's Jesus on my team. See, he's not going to just magically make all the hard levels go away, but what he is going to do is step in and fight those hard levels with us to where we don't have to face these things all alone. And knowing this, that he's there, his presence is there, should put us at ease. Knowing that we have a partner who has perfect aim, perfect strategy, he has perfect timing, and he's there to help carry you through everything. Knowing that puts us at ease, and it should renew our strength. See, God offers rest and renewal simply through his presence, just being with us. But we have to seek his presence. That's the difference. We have to seek after being with God. And there's only one way, really, we can do that. Hey, play that clip for me, Gavin, the video game clip. So you guys know this game? Spider-Man, right? Spider-Man, PS4, PS5 now. Right here, if you don't know, Spider-Man is now facing like 6 of his biggest bad guys, all right? Sinister 6. Everything's coming down on him. All the firepower is coming down on him. He didn't know what to do. And in situations like this, you know what button I love? The button I love in this situation is the button where you press pause. Not jump around, shoot, dodge, all this stuff, trying to fight, but just press pause. Because everything freezes, and you have a second now to breathe, catch your breath, and figure out your next step. That's the great thing about the pause button in video games. But see, I know life doesn't have a literal pause button like in a video game. Right. We can press pause and things still keep coming at us. But see, God offers us his version of a pause button. And God's version of a pause button is prayer. When we go to God through prayer. It's even better than a video game pause button. See, prayer is like pressing pause in real life. The game doesn't stop, though. The game keeps going. Your problems don't slow down just because you press pause. You go and you pray. But it gives you a chance to breathe, to go talk to God and hear from God and be with God. We can go and we pray. We pray, God, I feel like nobody understands the pressure I'm dealing with, or God, nobody understands my problems, and I'm so overwhelmed, I just want to give up. God says, hey, I see you. I'm going to walk with you, and I'm going to help get you through this. I'm going to help carry you. But it's important, though, when we do decide to press pause in life, that we do go to prayer and we go to Jesus first. Everybody say, go to Jesus first. See, being human, like I said, it means that we need God for everything. We need him for everything, and that's including when we rest. Elijah takes a break, right? He goes and he takes a break here. He presses pause, but he still talks to God. He still goes to God in his problems. And we often, we wait to go to God when we've already hit rock bottom. We've already come to the end. But as you guys know, Jesus offers us a chance to go to him already before that so that he can walk with us through everything. Not just when we're at our lowest, but when we go to him and we seek his presence. Go to Matthew 11 right now in verses 28 through 30. This is what Jesus says. He says, come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you. Let me teach you, because I am humble and gentle at heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy to bear, and the burden I give you is light. So if you don't know, a yoke back then, it's like a harness. And 2 donkeys would carry whatever was on whatever they were carrying using a yoke, but you needed 2. One of them couldn't do it on its own. You had to have the other donkey. You had to have 2 of us. See, Jesus, he's not just wanting to fix your problems. No, he's wanting to carry the weight of your problems with you. Jesus isn't telling us, hey, you need to try harder. You need to do better. Jesus is saying, I want you to come closer. When things overwhelm us and we need rest, Jesus says, come closer. When you feel like nobody gets what you're going through, or you feel anxious and you're sad about what's going on, Jesus says, come closer to me. My joy will be your strength. When you're dealing with all of these pressures, you feel like nobody gets you, you feel like something's wrong with you, Jesus says, come closer to me. There is nothing wrong with you. I made you in my image. Jesus offers to carry the weight of all of our problems with us. Never face them alone. He's saying, let me walk with you. Let me carry this. And he isn't just offering a simple break, right? No, he's actually offering us rest for our souls. He's offering us peace. Go to Philippians 4, starting in verse 6. It says, don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank him for all he has done. Then you will experience God's peace, which exceeds anything we can understand. His peace will guard your hearts and minds as you live in Christ Jesus. See, guys, the world offers us peace through distraction, through escape, right? Through our phones, YouTube videos, video games, TV shows, all that stuff. But see, Jesus offers us rest in him, which is far greater because we get something that goes so much deeper. We get peace. We get clarity. We get healing. We receive joy. We receive all of these gifts from Jesus. We were never meant to carry this life on our own. We were never meant to carry the weight of pressures when we feel overwhelmed all by ourselves, guys. We weren't designed to hold on to the pain by ourselves, to deal with the pressure by ourselves. We were meant to go and face them all with Jesus. And he's there for us through all of it. That's what's so great. Jesus says, I want to carry this with you. We're going to face tough levels in life, just like in video games, right? But there's no actual pause button, but we do have the ability to go to him and walk with him. He's our ultimate co-op partner. And when we feel overwhelmed, he's there to take care of us. He did it for Elijah. He's promised it through Jesus, and he can do it for each and every one of us. But we have to seek his presence. And we don't have to wait till we have it all together. We shouldn't wait till we have it all together because we never will. But we can if we go to him first. He's there saying, just stay close to me as close as possible to me as you can. And I will carry the weight of your problems with you. We have to go to him.